Wait, is this Fall Guys, but with pixel art? It's not. It's even better. In today's devlog I'm gonna show you my 3 months of progress on my new multiplayer game called Robo Fumble. I'm gonna show you how I started from an Unreal Engine project and some drawings on Discord whiteboard to this. So, without further ado, grab some popcorn and let's get started. You have to know that I'm not making this game all by myself. Cosmic Dish is helping me with the assets since January, when I hit him up and he agreed. Right after that, I put it up on Unreal and this atrocity was born. It just connects to the Epic online services and creates a session that cannot be accessed from another device. More than 100 lines just for nothing. So just like that, we were back from where we started. I tried a lot of multiplayer solutions such as Photon for Unreal, PlayFab, even my own solution with Firebase real-time database, but none of those worked at all. That was the point when we switched to Unity and made some actual progress. Now you might be asking, why have you made the switch? First of all, Unreal Engine uses a lot of resources, therefore is not exactly the best choice for a mobile game, and second of all, Unreal doesn't have that much support for plugins and trying to make them all work was simply not worth it. Exactly after we started on Unity, we have asked the obvious question: what multiplayer servers are we gonna use? Of course, the choice was Photon Pun, because in just a few lines of code we had a working prototype, so judging by that, you could say that it was a good choice. However, it was not. We soon had to make everything work with Photon Fusion because Pun had latency and it was obsolete. Also, we would get 100 free concurrent players with Fusion. The idea of this game is that while competing for the first place, you can use abilities to either slow down your opponents or to give you an advantage. These abilities will be scattered across the map, which will be randomly generated, meaning that you'll get a different map every time you play. In the first ever sketch that we made on Discord, we had 4 abilities, from which the Angel Feather got transformed into Protection and another ability was introduced. Keep in mind that for each player skin that you collect, you could upgrade 3 perks to nerfy abilities that slow you down, but we'll talk about them later. Now the first ability, Stun. This ability creates a circle of snow in which every present player in that circle gets frozen for about 5 seconds. Jetpack. The jetpack helps you defeat gravity by staying more in the air. Jump Boost. With the jump boost, your jump height triples in amount, making you jump very high in the air. Protection. Gives you a shield that protects you from stuns or the push ability. Every player in a radius gets pushed, this being useful when the player might be on a moving island. As I was saying, perks. These are individual to each player's skin, meaning more available customization. Speed. As you might have guessed it, it increases the player speed to the maximum, being 50% of the normal speed. Luck. Decreases chances of you being affected by stuns or by pushes when not having a shield, the max being 50%. Protection. Increases the amount of seconds the shield will be activated, being of 5 seconds, totaling to 10 seconds of shield usage. And now, the hardest part about it all, server side. This type of thing is also managed by other multiplayer competitive games such as FPS, Battle Royale, and many more. For this, I decided to use Firebase since I already knew the API and how it works. You can imagine Firebase just like a folder, the root folder being your server, and this root folder can have more folders that are called collections. We use these to store a lot of data and to be more organized. For example, you can put here all the user data and have another collection to handle the shop. Now these collections store documents, another type of folder. You can think of it as an individual folder. For example, you have your homework folder, which is a collection, and then you have a folder for each subject, that being the document. Inside every document you can store any text data you want, numbers, strings, arrays, array in array, and so much more. That's how I store every user data in Firebase. You can see here in the collection user data that I have a dummy document which acts as a template, and then a bunch of other documents which contain data for each individual player. By doing the same thing, I can have set up a reward system, chests, battle pass, daily rewards, and cosmetic systems, user icons that have to be unlocked, and skins. I also plan on adding the ability of emotes and more customization, but for that you'll have to stay tuned for the next devlog.